Hello there, welcome to Homekeepers, my friend. Grab yourself a hot cup of tea or whatever you choose and stay with us. I'm hoping that a lot of you have been with us the last 2 days when my guest has been Dan Pilla, and he will be for the rest of the week. It's this time of year, I really tried to get a little jump on it, to be honest with you, that you start pulling together all those tax receipts and information and all. And I really am thrilled that we could have the premier gentleman who knows more about, he is reputed to know more about the IRS than the commissioner of the IRS. And so we bring you the very best, and he will be my guest again today. And when I make an interview ahead of time, I always watch it before I come down to put it all together. And I'm telling you, I just have enjoyed so much watching this gentleman and what he's had to say. So if this is your first time to see him, you're in for a great treat. And the rest of you already know that he's full of information. And so he's my guest again today, even by videotape. Going to join Stephanie. We're going to make spinach and bacon quiche, and then we'll explain. We're going to give you a little object lesson with it. And let me remind you again that although I've offered this book many times, I wasn't really into it. I am into it now. I read it this morning. I have devotions every morning and every night. And I've started this book. I've done a lot of devotional books. This is a premier book. It has quotes from great Christian leaders and writers. It has Carol's thoughts, and it has a scripture then to go along with all of it. She put a lot of work into this. And it's yours for that gift to this program of $20. And I just hope that you'll take advantage of it, because it is such a blessing, and you can see how beautiful it is. So 1-800-229-0059. You can use your credit card on that, or you can use the address if you want to write to us, Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida, 33758. And we will be glad to get it out to you. And then you can catch up with me on it, okay? All right. We have a special viewer.
We do.
Yes, we do. And we got a letter from a lady, I believe in Michigan, and she said sometimes she tells her dog to sit and he won't do it. But she says, come on, we're going to watch Homekeepers, and there he is. That's Joe. Isn't he the cutest thing?
And he sits and watches
Homekeepers. Look at those ears. How
That's
they just,
the best.
I think he's one of the cutest animals I've ever seen. Well, thank you. I think, could we call him our favorite guest?
Yes.
Thank you a lot. Thanks for sending us that information. We really appreciate
He's super
it.
cute.
Now, what we were going to tell people is that we had a situation happen to us that happens to you a lot. And you get ready to fix a recipe, and thank you, I had a brain freeze there. And you don't have one ingredient, but you have one that'll work. So it's called a bacon and spinach quiche. However, we didn't have bacon, we had ham. That's what we're going to use.
So it's a bacon, it's a spinach and ham quiche. Yes. Okay.
But when you get it, it'll say bacon.
It'll say bacon, because there's a plethora of meats you could use
Yes.
for sure. Okay, so I'm going to start. I have 6 eggs, and I have a 1.5 cups of milk. And I'm going to, it says to put it in your food processor or blender, but I don't want to do those dishes. So
There's another hint.
I did it with a fork this morning, and it works just fine. It'll probably be more fluffy if you use the food processor or blender, but I hate doing dishes. I hate it. And in fact, I do everything I can at home to not, I use aluminum foil. We're to the point that I use paper plates all the time. Right? Because I'm just so tired of doing
You are lazy,
dishes. And
too. Oh, no,
Wow.
she's not lazy.
That was sad.
But she didn't want to do the dishes.
I don't want to do the dishes.
Okay,
Is
this what you do?
Sure, and then you can make it fancy around the edges if you want to. So that's just a pie crust, which I'm going to say that Arthelene Rippy promised me that she'd start buying just frozen pie crust, so we didn't have to go through all of this. But here we are at the beginning of the new year.
Oh, delicious.
And she bought the pie crust that you have
Yes, I forgot. So
I'm going to put a little salt and pepper in here.
I need you or Susan to do this.
You're doing fine.
You are so much more artistic than I
You're
am.
doing a great job. Okay, so we have ham, we have cheese, we have, okay, that was 6 eggs beaten and a cup and a half of milk. We have 2 cups of fresh spinach, okay? We have a pound of ham, but it'll say bacon because you can use any meat.
We just happen to have that in the freezer.
And then we have a cup and a half of shredded Swiss cheese. So yummy. So when I put this together this morning, because Miss Rippy had to run to the store, so I was there by myself, I put all this stuff in here and I thought, yeah, this is not going to work. I was worried because when you fill this up, well, once I put the spinach in, I was like, okay, I don't know about this because that's a lot of spinach. And I was like, I don't know, this may just make a mess. You did a lovely job on the outside, by the way. Good job.
No, she didn't put it in the pan evenly. But
you did a good job. Okay, ham, which bacon, sausage, no meat. If you don't want to use meat at all,
right?
You can do no meat.
But you have to cook the bacon first.
Yes, and then here's
do that.
And then so that just saved you time because you didn't have to cook the ham; it was already cooked. Okay,
this girl's into saving time.
Seriously,
you're right. Time is very precious.
Yes. And I might be a little lazy at night. Okay,
yes,
so
she
this
works hard.
Look at this. So I put all this in this morning. I was like, I just don't know how this is going to work.
Now we got to.
But it works great.
Eggs.
Okay. So you just got to be careful when you're putting the eggs in. Excuse me. And you're pouring like in crevices, okay? And you're going around the edges, and you're going into the middle, and then you bake it, right? You bake it.
And it is
for 35 to 45 minutes on 375, and it's gorgeous.
Look at it.
It came out so much better than because like I said, once I put this all in here, I was like, I don't know how this is going to look.
I'm going to get a slice out of here.
Am I making a mess? Oh, I'm making a mess.
If you wanted to...
don't show my mess.
If you want to impress your girlfriends at a brunch, this is it.
There. Okay, try it.
Yeah,
it's hot. Ooh, it's steaming
yes,
hot.
It's very
Careful.
hot. Very hot.
Hot stuff.
Oh boy.
You can't go wrong.
It's so fluffy. You
so
want
much
this.
milk.
Ooh. If you want this,
that was warm.
She's okay.
That was warm.
If you want this recipe, information's coming up on your screen. Email's the best, but otherwise, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope. You know, postage is going up. So, okay, and then you're going to meet Dan Pilla if you haven't before.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, you may receive it by contacting us through social media as listed on the screen. When requesting a copy through the mail, be sure to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Thank you, and please know we always appreciate hearing from our viewers.
Time just like that, but we were kind of, maybe we left people hanging. I think you gave, I hope you saw the program yesterday. I think you gave people hope. There's nothing like hope.
Well, and that's the important message here is this is not hopeless. You're not at the mercy of the IRS. You don't have to roll over and just turn your pockets out. You have rights when you're dealing with these people. When you understand how to work through the process, you're going to keep your money in your pocket where it belongs.
Now, you can tell people what to do to kind of lighten this burden.
Well, sure. Let me tell you what the single most important thing is, and this is one of the points that I pound on really from start to finish in the book, How to Win Your Tax Audit. I talk about what your responsibility is as a taxpayer when you're called to an audit. Here's where the biggest failure is that people have or that people are responsible for. They don't understand what they have to do to prove that their tax return is correct. See, here's what you need to assimilate. And that is, the IRS never has to prove you made a mistake. When you're involved in a tax audit situation, they don't have to prove you did it wrong. You have to prove you did it right. And so people have this natural tendency to say to themselves, well, I'm innocent until proven guilty. I'm an honest taxpayer. I didn't do anything wrong. Why do I have to worry? Well, you know what? All of those things are correct except one little thing. When you're dealing with the IRS, you're not innocent until proven guilty. All right? They don't have to prove that you made a mistake. So now the question is, how do you prove that your tax return is correct? All right, and so you have to go on the offensive. You can't think like a person who's charged with a crime. I'm defending this, I'm defending that. You got to go on the offensive. You got to think like a prosecutor. What do I have to do to present evidence to the IRS to show that my tax return is correct? Let's just take business expenses as an example. So, one of the most common business expenses that's attacked by the IRS is a mileage expense for your automobile. Person writes off their miles, right? They're entitled to write off their miles, but you got to have the proper records to show how many miles you drove, and more importantly, or as importantly, what was the business purpose of the travel. If you get in your car in the morning, you drive to the grocery store, and then you drive back home, guess what? That's not business mileage. That's not deductible. But if you're a self-employed person and you get in your car and you drive to appointment A and then to appointment B and then to appointment C and you come home again, well, now you've got some business miles. But you've got to establish the mileage.
You keep a little journal, maybe?
You got to keep a journal. I talk about exactly what kind of record keeping you need in the book. But you've got to prove the business purpose. And this is where people fail.
Yeah.
They might have their journal that shows how many miles they drove, but okay, that's fine. You can drive 1,000,000 miles, but if it's all for tourist miles, none of it's deductible as a business expense. So you got to have the proof that it was business travel. This is just one example. So the key is, what do I need to prove my case? That's the key.
That's in here.
And I walk you through every aspect of it in How to Win Your Tax Audit.
Yes, if you just join me, I'm talking to Dan Pilla, who has been on 5,000 other television shows, and we're talking about his book, How to Win Your Tax Audit. And I have read rave reviews from people who really benefited from this and almost felt like their life was saved. And if you've ever had a battle with the IRS, it's kind of a near-death experience, actually. You know.
It's true. I mean, we chuckle, but it's true.
Yeah, suicide.
No question about it. Particularly, I mean, it's one thing to go through a tax audit. We're going to talk about this later in the week with my book, How to Win Your Tax, how to get tax amnesty. But when you owe money to the IRS that you can't pay, that's a different situation.
Yes, and we're going to cover that. You stay with us all week. Now, President Trump has talked about like a postcard.
Yeah.
That this is all we're going to need.
Yeah.
Grant it, Lord.
Yeah. Well. Don't hold your breath.
It won't happen in my lifetime.
And in fact, with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the Trump tax law that took effect January of 2018, took effect this year, they were saying that it's going to create a postcard tax return. And in fact, the Treasury Department produced what they call their prototype postcard tax return. And I reviewed it very carefully, and I got news for you. It's no postcard. All right, but because here's the problem, and we talked about this in the last show, and that is the Internal Revenue Code consists of 4 million words. All right, you're not getting the responsibility to comply with a 4 million word tax law on a postcard. I'm sorry, it's not happening. All right, what has to happen is we got to bulldoze the system and start over again.
You really believe in miracles, then?
But that's, I do. But that's a whole nother discussion.
You have a story in the book. I believe it's this. Maybe it's the amnesty book. But how this agent follows this guy around and follows him to his boat, and all they're trying to do is get information. The guy's not in trouble. They're following him around.
Right. They're following him around to essentially build a profile of what this guy's life is. I talk about this in How to Win Your Tax Audit, and I talk about the IRS's philosophy of audits. What is driving their audit philosophy today? You know, typically we would think that the IRS is just going to look at the tax return and say, well, you've got this entry for mortgage interest, and you've got this entry for charitable contributions, and you've got these business expenses over here. Now we want to analyze those and see if they're correct. But what the IRS is doing these days is more of an economic reality audit, and they're thinking in terms of what is the background of this person, what is his background, his education, what kind of business is he in, what kind of hobbies does he engage in, what kind of recreational activities does he have, what kind of clubs does he go to.
That's despicable.
And they're drilling into this so they can find a complete profile of the person to discover how that person is hiding income. You see, because the philosophy of the IRS is that essentially every person is cheating on their tax return, not by overstating deductions necessarily. The fact of the matter is there aren't that many people that claim deductions anymore anyway. 70% of all the tax returns filed are short forms. So their question is, how is he cheating on the tax return? By hiding income. They believe that people are hiding income, which is another one of the problems with an income tax system. But this is what's driving the IRS's philosophy. We've got to drill in to the intricacies of every person's private life to find out how they might be hiding that income.
To quote Hillary Clinton, that's deplorable. Is this something new?
Well, no.
I mean, usually there's a reason to start snooping into a citizen's life.
Well, normally, if a person comes under scrutiny by the government, it's because there's some suspicion of wrongdoing, right? Yeah. Not necessarily a reason, but well, a suspicion. Let's put it that way, which of course is a reason. But remember what I said a minute ago. The IRS doesn't have to prove you made a mistake on your return. They don't have to prove you did it wrong. You have to prove you did it right. So if the IRS comes along and says, well, gee, look at your tax return says that you earned $50,000, but we think based on our investigation that
we followed you to the boat.
Yeah, exactly. We think based on our investigation that you have a $70,000 lifestyle. So we think you've got $20,000 someplace that you didn't report on your tax return, so we're going to proceed on that basis. And now what they want to do is shift the burden of proof to you to say, how do you prove you didn't have $20,000? Well, I show you in the book how to prove it, but the fact is that's what they want to do.
And my tax dollars are paying for this snoop.
Sure, of course.
Could somebody check my blood pressure, please? Okay, I think the last maybe few years that they've sent mine through email, right?
Oh no, they haven't sent. No. I'm not sure.
No, I mean, when the gal figures out my taxes.
No, the IRS never communicates with people through email.
No, but what she has figured out and all, and what I ordered.
Your Tax Pro. Yes,
okay,
your Tax Pro is e-filing your tax return.
E-filing.
That is correct, yes. We're getting to the point now where probably north of 80% of all the tax returns, maybe even more than that, are e-filed. And any tax professional that does more than 10 tax returns a year has to, by law, e-file those returns. So yeah, the IRS has got a very, very sophisticated e-filing system where the returns are sent, essentially through the internet to the IRS directly into their processors, and so they don't have to key punch all the information from 150 million individual income tax returns into their computer. It's done electronically, yes.
And it's much more efficient?
Well, it's much more efficient from the IRS's standpoint, no question about that. They get these returns. The returns are input into their system through the electronic means. There's no question about that, and that frees up the IRS to do what? More audits and more collection, right?
And more snooping around.
Exactly right.
I am talking to Dan Pilla. He was on my show yesterday. He's going to be on all week about how to win your tax audit. And boy, every homekeeper has to deal with the tax system. There's no question about it. You have a quote in here from Senator Bellman from Oklahoma City. I used to live there. He said, if the taxpayers of this country ever discover that the Internal Revenue Service operates on 90% bluff, the entire system would collapse.
Well, it's a fascinating statement, and,
yes.
and also in the book I talk about some of the court cases that talk about the assertion of taxpayers' rights, and one of those cases says, who would believe the ironic truth that the taxpayer who asserts his rights when he's dealing with the IRS fares much better than those who just roll over and cave in. So on the one hand, the IRS is using bluff and intimidation. I mentioned that. On the other hand, a taxpayer who uses his rights fares much better than the one who doesn't. So that formula to me is very simple. All right, don't let the IRS bluff you. Understand what your rights are. Recognize that you've got appeal rights, that their decision. And see, here's the other thing I talk about in the book. There's no decision of the IRS that's final. When we're talking about audit decisions, they're not final. When we're talking about even going through the appeals office, if you can't come to terms with the appeals office, that decision's not final. You've got tax court appeal rights with that. And when you understand what these rights are and you understand how to push back, when you know that you're correct, I'm not talking about pushing back to disrupt the system and to do something that's unfair or improper. That's not what I'm talking about. When you don't owe the money, you've got the right to push back, and when you do, you're going to win your case most of the time. There's just no question about it.
And as the Bible says, having done all to stand, you stand there. If
That's
you're right, you
That's
stand
exactly
there.
right.
Absolutely. How are you chosen for a tax audit? Does it go through a machine and it throws out that, hey, this doesn't make any sense?
There's two possible ways that you can be chosen for a tax audit. The vast majority of the people that are chosen for tax audits are chosen through a sophisticated computer program called the Discriminant Income Function System. The IRS calls it their DIF program, DIF. And what that means is that this computer program compares every line of your tax return with national and regional statistical averages for a person in your same income category and profession. If any line of your return is out of sync with the averages, the difference is scored. It's called a DIF score. And the higher the score, the more likely you are to be audited. So the vast majority, about 2/3 of every tax return selected for audit is selected on the basis of that DIF score.
Okay,
right?
does the computer throw those out?
Yeah, the computer will spit it out. And then they assign it to an individual who reviews it, and based on the physical review, the personal review, then they make the decision, well, we're going to go ahead and examine this return or not. All right, so when you're called in for an audit, and this is very important to understand, a lot of people think they're called in for an audit because they made a mistake, and now they've been caught. Now I've been caught, I've done something wrong, they don't even know what they did wrong, right? I've done something wrong. But that's not it at all. The vast majority of the returns that are selected strictly on the basis of that mathematical formula, right? That evaluation of statistical analysis has nothing to do with whether you made a mistake or not. It simply means that the farther you are away from the averages, the more likely it is that your return is wrong. It doesn't mean your return is wrong at all. All right, so that's number one. The second way that returns are selected for audit is through specific, what the IRS calls compliance initiatives. And a compliance initiative is a program that's developed specifically because of a pattern of non-compliance. All right, so a compliance initiative, one of the more recent compliance initiatives was offshore bank account information, where the IRS would say, look, this person's got an offshore bank account, they've stashed money overseas, they're not paying taxes on the money they stashed overseas, we're gonna go after that particular individual. And so when they see elements of a person's case that shows signs that they might fall into that pattern, then they would fall into that compliance initiative. That's
now
one.
But that bank in another country, they're not going to release any information.
Well, that used to be the case, but that's not the case anymore.
Really?
Since 2010, there was the so-called FATCA Act, and the acronym escapes me now. It doesn't matter. But the so-called FATCA Act that was put through through the Obama administration has essentially brought almost every bank in the world to heel at the sound of the Treasury Department's commands, and so they're providing information. They are.
Reminds me of a song we used to sing in Sunday school. There's no hiding place down here.
There's no hiding place.
No more.
There's no hiding place.
Now, does the IRS know all about my credit cards and?
Well, they can certainly get access to it. They don't necessarily have real-time access to it. But the fact of the matter is that the IRS has, and I talk about this in the book How to Win Your Tax Audit. I talk about the IRS's summons power. And I talk about it in the context of how we keep the IRS from going to third parties to get information about you. But the fact is their summons power gives them very broad information to go to banks, your employer, credit card companies, your mortgage company, your travel agent, if anybody uses a travel agent anymore, I don't know, but to go all these different places to get all this information about you, they certainly have that authority. And the thing that's troubling about it is they don't need a search warrant. A lot of people think, well, they got to go get a search warrant to get in my bank account.
Do they just say, I'm from the IRS?
Well, it's not that simple either, but it's just about that simple. All they have to do is issue what they call an administrative summons, which is just a piece of paper that's filled out by the auditor or the auditor's manager that essentially says, I'm from the IRS, here's my badge, and they mail that in. And there's some appeal processes that are involved with that and some challenge processes that are involved with that. But the bottom line is they've got very, very broad access to these third-party record keepers, very broad access to it.
And we are out of time again, but he's going to be with me 3 more days. And I think probably a lot of people have really been enlightened by these programs. I know when I saw you on there, I picked up 2 things, and this is the truth. You're thoroughly Christian, and you knew what you were talking about.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for being here and
My
for
pleasure.
staying with me a little while longer. You stay with me. Have a couple of things to say before we have to say goodbye.
Arthelene would like you to keep the following information handy. You may contact Homekeepers by writing to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758, or go to www.rippy.org. Remember, we always enjoy hearing from our viewers, and we thank you for your support.
All right, this gentleman, I think, is educating all of us who are watching. And I asked my director, Gary, to keep that website up there in the books, because you get his books through that website, and I want to remind you of that. Also, you would get them at Amazon or Barnes & Noble or all those, but we keep the website up so you can go there. And we've been talking about this one, How to Win Your Tax Audit. And I have a feeling that when we're talking to people right now, that if you receive this book, it could save you a lot of sleepless nights, and also some good information to be prepared. I believe on the next program we're going to talk about how to get tax amnesty, and that's a beautiful word. Beautiful word. It means forgiveness. So he'll be talking about that, and I just truly believe that if you get some of his material, go to his website, that it could really be a blessing, a real blessing to your life. So I hope you'll do that. And let me reiterate again, although I've offered this book for quite some time, I'm now really familiar with it. And that's Carol Kent's He Holds My Hand. I have, through many years, I've been a faithful one with various devotionals. I don't know how many times I've gone through My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. But I thank God for these people who take time to write a devotional that we can get a little inspiration 365 days out of the year. Information's on your screen. You can get it through an 800 number or write to us. We do have them on hand right now. And I hope you'll take advantage of that. And I just want you to know what a privilege it is to bring you such a variety of guests and subject matter. We live in very complex times. I'll never forget when my daughter and her entire family, her husband, 2 sons, went to Guatemala this summer, and they built houses for the poorest of the poor. And my grandson Caleb came back and he said, you know, I think those children are happier than American children. And I think I know why. You know, American children need the latest phone, the technology, and this and that and this. And those children in Guatemala, they can play with a stick. They're happy. They were smiling all the time. And this is the kind of world we live in America. So I'm very pleased to bring you information that I hope you'll find helpful. And most of all, keep that family involved in the things of the Lord. That's going to make your life a whole lot better. Join me next time, remembering there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you should miss a Homekeepers program, you can catch up by going to www.ctnonline.com. Click on CTN Programs and then on Homekeepers.